Now come on, we all think our own children are the most beautiful in the world, but there are some people who put their kids' looks to the test by competing against other children. Girls have been competing for years, and now boys are doing it too. Helen McDermott has been to Essex to meet the boys and their parents who want to win the Little Man Beauty Pageant.
It's break time for pupils at Ravenswood Community Primary School in Ipswich. Much as 10-year-old Bradley Clutton loves football, the youngster has another hobby, one that's a million miles away from the rough and tumble of the school playground. At the weekend, Bradley will take part in a modelling pageant. You know, when I was about Bradley's age, I was in competitions myself. Dance competitions, not beauty competitions, and it was a very, very nerve-wracking time, very competitive, although I suppose I must have enjoyed it because I kept going back. But I think that's the most important thing, really, isn't it? As long as the children enjoy it. But I do wonder whether maybe sometimes parents get a bit more out of it than them. Well, let's see. Bradley, it's your first pageant, isn't it?
Yes.
So how are you feeling about that?
Well, nervous, but I'm looking forward to it.
What are you nervous about?
About all the people and all looking at me, and if I do something wrong, they might all laugh.
What made you want to do it?
Well, my mum said, do you want to do it? And I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. If I don't like it, I won't do it anymore.
Do you think, you know, it's a bit of a strange thing for him to be doing?
Yeah, I thought girls can only do that. It's just like, I didn't know he was going to do that as well.
Yeah, have you been teasing him about it at all?
No, I haven't.
No? The pageant is being organised by former model Pam Boon. From her home in Colchester, she runs events for both boys and girls from as young as 2. So Pam, we're used to perhaps seeing young girls, little girls on the catwalk, but it's a bit different for boys, isn't it?
Well, like everything, things change, and boys are becoming more aware of good grooming, manners, something that certainly did get lost years ago, and it's just nice to think, well, I like to look good, looking good makes me feel good.
What about the parents? Do you get a lot of pushy parents?
Very. There are some pushy parents, but I can't really say they'd ever want to hurt a hair on their head. It is just that they love their children, they adore their children, and why not put them on stage?
Back in Ipswich, Bradley and his younger brother Bailey are both getting ready for the big day. Well, that looks very good, isn't it? What are you having done there?
Well, just like a kind of funky pattern and just like a line-up.
Oh, right. So this is obviously for the big night, isn't it? Yeah. So you're having that, and then what else are you having done? Do you know?
Yeah, just like a short trim and neaten up.
He looks good, doesn't he? He does, yeah. Watching over Bradley is Mum Lisa. Why did you put them in for this?
To build up their confidence and just to give them an opportunity that most kids would really love to enjoy.
Really? Because it's, I know your daughter, she's done a little bit of
some
modelling, but perhaps a little bit unusual for boys?
For boys,
yeah.
But they've just got so many different characteristics about them and their colouring, and we just thought it was a good idea, and they're very, very confident boys.
Really? Because I know Bradley's done a little bit of modelling before, hasn't he? But, I mean, some people, you know, feel perhaps it's not quite right for boys, but you say that this helps to build up their confidence.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and they enjoy doing it.
So presumably, if the boys didn't want to do it, then obviously they wouldn't be forced to do it.
They wouldn't. No, they wouldn't be pushed into anything they didn't want to do.
The pageant is being held in this wine bar in Colchester. If all goes well, organiser Pam Boon is hoping to franchise her Little Man shows around the country. Even though everything is far from ready, the first contestants have already turned up.
It's a great fun evening, so they're looking forward to just performing on the catwalk and being under the lights, having the opportunity to meet other people who are doing it for the same reasons as themselves.
Hiya, all right.
Bradley,
You're number 3 or 4. If this boy doesn't turn up, then you're number 3.
Well, as you can see, finishing touches just being put to the stage and not long to go before the show. And I can remember as a kid that this would be the time when I'd be really, really terrified. Sort of all day you'd be okay, but then you know it's just about to start and when the nerves really kick in. But the boys are looking okay. How are you feeling today?
Quite nervous.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you have a bit of a sleepless night?
Yeah.
So what's your mum been saying to you, about how what you've got to do today and everything?
Well, she's just been like giving me confidence.
I think they'll all be all right. They'll just all join in and just do what they feel they need to do.
Just enjoy. Boys are very good like that, actually,
They are.
aren't they?
It's girls that are the worst.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Entry fees for the Little Man pageant are £50, but just 6 youngsters have turned up for tonight's show. One of them is this boy and his family, who've made a 400-mile round trip from Doncaster.
I'd like to be quite a famous catwalker or something.
Would you?
Yeah,
Right.
definitely, a model.
Yeah, so it's quite unusual, do you think, for boys to want to do this or not?
No, not really.
Do you have mates that do it as well, or?
No, I have a couple of mates that say that it's really interesting and that, and they wonder what it's like, and I tell them all about it.
So you don't get sort of teased or anything like that from them, saying, well, it's really not a very boyish thing, you should be out there playing football and all that?
I've been teased a couple of times, but
Yeah.
I don't really care, no.
You're looking forward and then you're turning to the side. Remember, you're turning to the side, okay? And then you're turning round and you're...
Before the show gets underway, there's just time for a last-minute rehearsal. The children are very much on show, but Pam's not worried that her beauty pageants might attract the wrong type of person. She says she keeps a close watch for any unsavoury characters.
As a mother myself, I'm quite protective, so I've always said nobody can do any photography, nobody can walk in unless they're a guest of somebody's. So if I happen to spot anyone or anybody else with my crew spots anyone who looks like they shouldn't be there, they would be asked who they're with and what their interest is and asked to leave.
Backstage, there's just time for a few final adjustments. But it's not just the boys who are feeling the pressure.
Just get everyone from the back to come forward and start the show. Yes?
The boys will be performing in front of a panel of judges. They include a recent winner of a Yummy Mummy contest and Scott Horton, a local gym owner.
I think anything which helps any youngster's self-esteem has got to be good. Young lads who are prepared to get up and walk around and strut their stuff with a bit of pep in their step and pride in their stride is going to set them up for later life, so it's got to be a great thing.
So will you please welcome on stage the young contestants.
Make sure they don't go near the edges.
So tell me, why would you like to win Little Man?
Because I haven't done it before and I thought it would be fun.
After 3 rounds of the competition, the boys now have to wait for the judges' decision.
They've both done very well, really proud.
It was really fun, and yeah, I thought I done very well.
It's been an experience you can go back to school with and explain everything that's gone on, and hopefully some of his friends will do it, like he's done it.
Little Man UK 2010 is...
Even though they didn't win, Bradley and his brother seem to have enjoyed the experience. As for Pam, well, she's already planning her next project, a Miss World competition for young girls.
Well, that's it from Southwell. Now, next week,